Welcome to our mushroom soup recipe. Today we'll create a deliciously creamy and savory soup that's perfect for any occasion. Let's get cooking. For the ingredients, you'll need 1 pound of fresh mushrooms, like cremini or white, cleaned and sliced. Grab a large onion and finely chop it, along with 3 cloves of garlic, minced. For cooking, use 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You'll need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour to thicken the soup, and 4 cups of vegetable or chicken broth for the base. Add 1 cup of heavy cream for creaminess, and if you like, ½ cup of dry white wine for extra flavor. Don't forget 1 teaspoon of dried thyme or 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme leaves, and a bay leaf for seasoning. Salt and pepper will help you adjust the taste. And for garnish, chopped fresh parsley, sautéed mushroom slices, and croutons or toasted bread. Let's get cooking. Start by getting your ingredients ready. Slice 1 pound of fresh mushrooms, like cremini or white. Clean them well and set aside. Chop 1 large onion finely and mince 3 cloves of garlic. It's helpful to have all your ingredients prepped before you start cooking. This makes the process smoother and ensures you're not scrambling for things while the soup is on the stove. Once everything is ready, we're good to move on to the next step. Heat a large pot over medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once the butter has melted, add the chopped onion. Cook the onion until it's translucent, which should take about 5 minutes. Next, add the minced garlic and cook for an additional 1 to 2 minutes until it becomes fragrant. This step is crucial for developing the base flavors of your soup. Make sure to stir occasionally to prevent the onions or garlic from burning. Now it's time to add the sliced mushrooms to the pot. Cook them until they release their juices and become golden brown, which takes about 10 minutes. Stir the mushrooms occasionally to ensure they cook evenly and develop a nice caramelized color. This process adds a deep, savory flavor to the soup. Make sure not to overcrowd the pot. If necessary, cook the mushrooms in batches. Sprinkle a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour over the cooked mushroom mixture. Stir well to combine and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. This helps to thicken the soup and gives it a nice creamy texture. The flour should cook until it's no longer raw, but be careful not to let it brown. Stir continuously to ensure the flour is evenly distributed and doesn't form lumps. Gradually pour in 4 cups of vegetable or chicken broth, stirring constantly to avoid lumps. If you're using dry white wine, add ½ cup now. This adds an extra layer of flavor. Add 1 teaspoon of dried thyme or 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme leaves and a bay leaf for seasoning. Bring the mixture to a simmer, then reduce the heat. Let it cook gently for about 15 minutes to allow all the flavors to meld together. Remove the bay leaf from the pot. If you have an immersion blender, use it to blend the soup until smooth. If you don't have one, carefully transfer the soup in batches to a blender, blend until smooth, and then return it to the pot. Blending the soup makes it creamy and smooth. For a chunkier texture, you can blend only half of the mixture and leave some mushroom pieces whole. Stir in 1 cup of heavy cream into the blended soup. Heat through but avoid boiling, as this can cause the cream to separate. Adjust the seasoning with salt and pepper to taste. The cream adds richness and a velvety texture to the soup, making it extra comforting and delicious. Stir the soup well to ensure the cream is evenly incorporated. Ladle the soup into bowls and garnish as desired. You can add chopped fresh parsley, sautéed mushroom slices, or croutons for extra texture and flavor. Serve with toasted bread for a complete meal. And lastly, let's go over some tips to make your mushroom soup even better. First, using a mix of different mushrooms can really enhance the flavor. Try combining cremini, shiitake, and portobello for a richer taste. When you sauté the mushrooms, make sure to cook them thoroughly until they're well browned. This caramelization adds a deep, savory flavor to your soup. For a thicker soup, you can adjust the amount of flour or reduce the broth. If you prefer a lighter texture, add more broth. If you want to avoid dairy, use coconut milk or a cashew cream instead of heavy cream. For a smoother texture, blend the soup until it's completely smooth, or blend just half if you like a chunkier consistency. When blending, Be careful not to overfill your blender to avoid spills. Always blend in batches if needed. For extra flavor, consider adding a splash of sherry or a dash of nutmeg. And remember, adjusting seasoning with salt and pepper is key. Taste the soup as you go to make sure it's perfectly seasoned. Finally, don't forget garnishes. Chopped fresh parsley, sautéed mushroom slices, or croutons can add great texture and a pop of flavor. Enjoy your mushroom soup.